So guys, the ongoing controversy in Bergen County about these military vehicles, they're getting one, an MRAP, and there was a lot of controversy before, but now in light of everything that's happened in Ferguson, Missouri, riots on the street as a result of a young man being shot, we wanted to revisit this and kind of find out whether or not there's a place for this in Bergen County, in New Jersey, and ultimately in communities for these military vehicles. So joining us on the Skype is Kellyanne Conway. Is there a place for these types of vehicles in cities and ultimately for residential use?
The response must fit the situation. And thankfully, in the state of New Jersey, I live in Bergen County, in the state of New Jersey, and in most places in this country, we don't have those situations where we need that type of equipment and that type of response. If any of our local communities here in New Jersey go ahead and get an MRAP, then we are suggesting to the populace that we are or could be imminently in a war situation. You know, that we live in Benghazi, frankly, we live in Baghdad. And we live in Bergen. Bergen is not Baghdad. After 9/11, DHS handed out all of these grants willy-nilly, and you do have some communities now that look like they could be war zones. And I think if we equip our local law enforcement with war-like military-type equipment, then we are suggesting to the communities that we may be at war.
Even if you look at Ferguson, in a situation like that, protecting the officers first is necessary. So don't we have to protect them?
Law enforcement must have all the tools available to them to protect them, and they're protecting us. That's true. But at what level do you stop investing money in large military-like equipment and start putting it on the ground and the places where folks think that they might feel more protected? So I agree with the sheriff in Bergen County. I fully support him. But the question is, with what means?
Why on earth Bergen County, one of the lowest violent crime rates in the state, one of the wealthiest towns? You got much more violent areas in New Jersey that could use a tank.
Well, Bergen County has a right to use its resources, its tax dollars, how it sees fit. If Newark and Jersey City, Trenton, some of the more crime-ridden areas of which you speak, they're going to have to make tough decisions in their communities as to how they allocate their tax dollars.
I got a comment from John Molinelli, the prosecutor for Bergen County, and he shares Attorney General Holder's concern for using MRAPs in crowd control. He goes on to say these Tiananmen Square-like tactics have no place in our society, and when improperly deployed, such as in Ferguson, cast an unfair light upon law enforcement.
Well, MRAPs were introduced in the war in Iraq and Afghanistan because men and women were losing their lives, they were losing limbs when they were driving over IEDs. I don't think anyone can deny the fact that police officers may need more protection than they get from a simple cop car, but an MRAP's purpose doesn't serve itself on the streets of Bergen County.